Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Wednesday, October 11th. And today we are still in Galatians 3. We're up to verse 11. And on the surface, that may seem like there's not a lot there to discuss. But when you really break it down, I found a really cool piece of information that I'm really excited to share with you. So this is what it says. Now it is evident that no one is justified before God by the law, for the righteous live by faith. Now, if you've watched the previous videos, if you've looked at the previous verses in Galatians 3, you will very quickly see that Paul has set up this entire argument that centers around Abraham. Abraham being the patriarch, and the fact that the people that are coming from that Jewish descent into Christianity are used to not looking at the fact that Abraham was righteous because of his faith. And it was his faith that caused that righteousness. They don't like to look at that. They like to stay with the rules and the regulations. The Galatian Christians were sliding into those rules and regulations, and Paul was sending this letter to correct that. So when he says, now it is evident, he's saying that because of the argument I just gave you in these previous verses, it is evident that no one is justified by God, before God by the law. And then he gives them another quote from the Old Testament. For the righteous live by faith. Now that's a quote from Habakkuk. I don't know if I say that right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Now, when I started to look at that verse and look at it much more quickly, what I noticed is that is in the New Testament 3 times. The Holy Spirit inspired writers of the New Testament on 3 different occasions to include that verse. That verse is very pivotal. It is very important. It's essential that we understand that verse, that the righteous live by faith. Now, the walk was inspired by 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We live by that faith. That faith is our driving force. So where is it in the New Testament? It's in Romans 1:17, and he put an emphasis on faith. The righteous shall live by faith. And it's in Hebrews 10:38. The righteous shall live by faith. And then here in Galatians 3:11, the righteous shall live by faith. So it's essential that we understand that we are living by faith. How does obedience come into play here? Well, if you don't have faith in what the Holy Spirit is guiding you to do, why on earth would you be obedient to it? Your obedience is a step in that faith. When the Holy Spirit says, don't take the route you normally take, go this other way, just this particular day, and you do it, you're doing it out of faith. When the Holy Spirit says, pay attention, I'm doing something new, you do it because of your faith. You're not doing it because you have a list of rules and regulations that every single believer on the planet follows. You're doing it because you know that that instruction is tailored directly for you, directly for the way this Holy Spirit plans to use your spiritual gifts and the things that you are passionate about. You do it because you have faith in what the Holy Spirit's telling you. You have faith that the Holy Spirit is truly there, guiding you and directing you. So as you go through your day today, remember, the righteous live by faith. Go and live by faith. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.